Chapter 5. Captivity Among the Night Owls. Elena awoke with a sharp gasp. For a moment she had no idea where she was. Her mind felt wrapped in thick fog. The last thing she remembered was creeping through the underground passage beneath the orphanage, her flashlight trembling in her hand as strange sounds echoed through the darkness. Then nothing. A black void. Now she was lying on something cold and hard. Stone. As her vision slowly focused, panic began to stir inside her chest. The room was enormous. Massive stone pillars stretched upward into darkness, disappearing into shadows that seemed alive. Flickering torches cast dancing orange light across ancient walls covered with strange carvings. Grotesque statues stood between the pillars, hulking creatures with twisted faces and hunchbacks that looked half troll, half nightmare. Elena tried to sit up. She couldn't. Leather straps bound her wrists and ankles to a giant stone table. Her heart skipped a beat. "No," she whispered. The sound of her own voice echoed through the vast chamber. Then another voice answered. "Well, our little guest is finally awake." The voice slithered through the darkness like an oily snake. Elena turned her head. Standing at the far end of the hall was Headmaster McLeod. Behind him stood every teacher from the orphanage. All of them smiling, not normal smiles. These smiles were too wide, too hungry, too wrong. The sight sent a cold shiver racing down Elena's spine. McLeod slowly stepped forward. The click of his polished shoes echoed through the chamber. "Welcome to our realm, Elena," he said softly. "You've been asking far too many questions." The teachers chuckled, a horrible sound, like vultures fighting over a corpse. Elena struggled against the straps. "What are you?" she screamed. McLeod's grin widened. Then something impossible happened. His face began to change. Bones cracked beneath his skin. His jaw stretched unnaturally. Feathers erupted through his cheeks and forehead. His nose elongated into a cruel, hooked beak. Behind him, the teachers underwent the same horrifying transformation. The sound of snapping bones filled the hall. Skin split, eyes enlarged, fingers lengthened into black, razor-sharp claws. Within seconds, the humans were gone. Standing before her were monsters, towering creatures covered in dark feathers. Their enormous yellow eyes reflected the torchlight. Their beaks dripped with saliva. Rows of needle-like teeth gleamed inside their mouths. The creatures looked disturbingly like giant owls, but owls born from hell itself. The legends, the rumors, the whispers she had heard from frightened children after lights out. The night owls. They were real. A terrible truth suddenly slammed into Elena's mind. The missing children, the disappearances, the empty beds, the tears of parents who never received answers. These monsters had taken them all, not kidnapped, not hidden, eaten. The orphanage wasn't a refuge. It was a farm, a feeding ground. For decades, perhaps centuries, these creatures had hidden among humans, disguising themselves as teachers, caretakers, and authority figures. Waiting, watching, feeding. McLeod stepped closer until his monstrous face hovered above her. His breath smelled of rotting meat. "We have survived for generations," he whispered, "and tonight," his claws gently brushed her cheek, "you become part of that tradition." The night owls began to gather around the stone table. Their hungry eyes never left her. Their beaks clicked eagerly. Elena felt terror unlike anything she had ever known. And deep within the darkness of the chamber, beyond the torchlight, she heard something else. A distant sound. Metal scraping against stone. Someone was coming, or something, and for the first time since waking, a tiny spark of hope flickered inside her heart. The trolls froze at the sound. For the first time since Elena had seen them, uncertainty flickered across their twisted faces. Then one of them let out a roar so deep it shook dust from the stone ceiling. The others answered, and together they lumbered into the darkness, their heavy footsteps echoing through the endless tunnels. Silence. Then it came. Steel striking bone. A scream that ended far too suddenly. Something crashed against the cavern wall with such force that the ground beneath Elena trembled. The trolls roared again, but this time there was something different in their voices. Not rage, fear. The battle raged somewhere beyond the darkness, hidden from her eyes. She heard snarling unlike anything human, and unlike anything she had heard from the night owl creatures. It was older, hungrier. One by one, the trolls' cries faded. The last roar ended in a wet, choking gurgle. Then, nothing. The silence that followed was far worse than the fighting. It seemed alive, creeping through the tunnels until it settled around Elena like icy fingers closing around her throat. She held her breath. A slow, deliberate step. Another step. Someone or something was walking toward her. Not running, not hunting, as if it already knew exactly where she was. A shadow stretched across the entrance of her prison. Then a voice, calm and almost amused, whispered through the darkness. At last, I've found you. The torchlight outside died instantly. Darkness swallowed everything.